Welcome to the Rose Temple. My name is Hannah, and I will be your guide on this journey. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about the Rose Temple and what this journey of feminine embodiment and study looks like. So, this is a year-long container of study and embodiment of the divine feminine through 5 divine feminine archetypes. And we'll be taking this journey throughout these archetypes to learn, study, and embrace different aspects of the feminine. For each archetype, we will have not only lecture style education, but also at home practices, so guided, recorded practices for you to do in your own space, in your own time, as well as instructions for specific tools and specific little teachings that you're going to need to weave in throughout the course of this year. There are 2 levels of study, which I'll go into in just a moment. But first, I want to take you through this archetypal journey and sort of give you a little taste of what to expect throughout this year-long container. So we begin our study with the archetype of the witch. And this is the foundational archetype because it is within this archetype that we learn the foundations that are going to hold us and anchor us as we move through the other 4 archetypes. So within the study of the witch, we will be learning how to work with the elements, how to create sacred space, how to hold containers, how to create an altar, how to cast protection and clear space, and many, many magical fundamentals that will be necessary as you move through the other 4 archetypes within this training. In the witch archetype, we're also going to be understanding what our witch wounds are. And this looks like the ways in which we fear being really seen and being held in community and sisterhood within our magical and spiritual gifts. This work is foundational to being able to access the gifts in the archetypes that will come later. So for this archetype, we'll not only have lecture material to help you understand and really study what to work with within this witch archetype, but also guided practices for you to do on your own at home in your own time to really anchor in this frequency of the witch archetype. We move from the witch into the medicine woman. And within the archetype of the medicine woman, we are really anchoring into our roots in our physical body and in the earth. So this is really foundational work. And within this medicine woman archetype, we are going to be studying herbalism, but not just, I won't just be teaching you what each plant is good for. I'm actually going to be teaching you the energetic signature of what herbal medicine from an evolutionary and vitalism perspective means, how to understand the body from this perspective, so how to actually read someone's energetic profile or your own, and also how to understand and read the energetic profile of plants, and then how to weave these 2 pieces together, because we are in harmony with nature. We are nature, and plants have a synergistic relationship with us and our bodies. And so within this archetype, we're going to be studying those foundational concepts and philosophies of evolutionary herbalism and how to apply them. So I'm going to actually teach you how to communicate with plants, how to create your own relationship with plants, how to understand what your plant allies are, how to go out into the forest and connect with those plants, and also how to do ritual, how to deepen your relationship with those plants through ceremony, tea ceremonies, and things like dietas. So once we have those foundations of the medicine woman deeply anchored and our bodies are feeling nourished and vital, we are going to ascend into the archetype of the mystic. And this is where we study astrology, specifically evolutionary astrology. So through this archetype, I'll be teaching you how to understand the planets as beings, as gods, as deities, how to understand their influence in our lives, and also how to understand and work with the 12 zodiac archetypes, both their shadows and their highest expression, and then how to weave all of that information together so that you can read not only your own chart, but the charts of others, and understand the energetic influence of the current transits so that you are really reading yours and others and the current chart from a perspective of using astrology as a blueprint for your soul's evolution in this lifetime, which is what evolutionary astrology is all about. So once we have this context of the energetic blueprint and the map of the stars, we're going to take all of that information, which gives us your soul's evolutionary pathway in this lifetime, including the challenges and the karma that your soul is here to transcend, as well as the gifts and the evolutionary path of your soul in this lifetime. We're going to take that information and we're going to bring it into the next archetype, which is the alchemist. So in this archetype, we are going to do a deep dive into the underworld, understanding shadow work, understanding karmic work, and understanding how to take the initiations that life will inevitably throw at us when we're on this magical path, how to take those initiations and really use them to evolve and to transform. This is where we become masterful in the process of death and rebirth, and we learn how to intentionally actualize and step into our next level of beingness through the initiations that life is sending us. Understanding that when we go through these initiations, these trials, these tribulations, we are being invited into a karmic journey, and we are being invited to transmute aspects of ourselves, transmute aspects of our shadow, so that we can actualize the next level of beingness. Once this journey is complete into the underworld, we step into our fifth archetype, which is the priestess. And within this archetype, we're going to be learning how to work with our energetic body, how to cultivate energy, how to harness life force energy, Kundalini energy, how to work with that energy, how to move that energy, how to transform that energy, and how to masterfully hold and contain that energy. Within every single one of these archetypes, there will be practices, there will be tools, there will be guided meditations, rituals, breath work, all of these different things to be able to really anchor it into your body. So there will be, yes, study, education, lots of learning, and also practices, tools, and embodiment for every single archetype. So with this journey of the 5 archetypes, we have 2 different levels of study currently in the Rose Temple. The first level is the apprentice path, and this is for the woman who is ready to learn, who wants to dive in and explore, who has an ability to commit a couple of hours a week with space to take weeks off throughout the year, and who wants to really go on a deep dive of study. So this apprentice path includes all of the online curriculum, which is going to be over 6 hours of training material for each archetype, plus all of the at-home guided practices, rituals, and instructions for doing your own practices and rituals, as well as every other week live calls with me and a group of other women who are studying these archetypes to be able to ask questions, get coaching, and get support to implement these archetypes into your own life. This is where you get to come and bring your personalized questions and really receive very personalized support. So this is the apprentice path. It's a year of access to all of this material within the Rose Temple. And then we have the mastery path. So this is for the woman who's really ready to step into her leadership and her sovereignty and to really become these 5 women, these 5 archetypes. The mastery path includes access to all of the online curriculum and live coaching calls of the apprentice path, plus access to 2 in-person retreats with me to bring all of this medicine into the flesh, really together in person. The mastery path is limited to 10 spots. So this is a very intimate container. And on these retreats, I'm going to be actually inviting you to step into your leadership of embodying these archetypes. So, as an example, when we are embodying the witch archetype in our retreat, we're going to be holding a ceremony, and I'm going to be inviting different women to bring different elements to the ceremony, things that we've studied in our online curriculum, things that you've been practicing at home. So I might select someone and ask them to clear and open the space. I might select someone and ask them to call in the elements and the directions. So this is where you get to really rise into your leadership and into your facilitation and into your true embodiment and anchoring of these archetypes in these 2 retreats. And the mastery path also includes 5 personal one-on-one sessions with me. So 1 for each archetype. And within these sessions, what we're going to be doing is you're going to get a personal session with me of whatever the medicine of that archetype is. So for example, the mystic archetype, you'll receive a full in-depth analysis of your blueprint, your cosmic blueprint through the lens of your natal chart. Within the medicine woman, you will receive a full herbal intake with me and personal herbal consultation and recommendations of what herbs are your greatest allies in this season of your life. And so for each of these archetypes, you'll receive a one-on-one consultation and session with me. And at the end of the year in the mastery path, with the in-person immersions and the online curriculum completed, you will receive a certification, 200 hours in the feminine arts. So this is a journey that I am so excited to welcome you on. And if you feel called to explore or talk to me at all, I absolutely love to meet you. I know that the women who are meant to be in this container will feel the pull, will feel the medicine, and will feel the longing in their soul to be part of this. And if you're curious about it, if you think that that might be you and you want to have a conversation with me, I am so open to chatting with you, and I can't wait to meet you.